Hey, what's up guys, it's Teal Ball Gloves here. Today I'm going to come at you with a review of my dp15 game model. So this was in the dp15 series where there's all the different dp15 colorways, the A2000s. Also there's like the gloves such as the Fruit Loop glove, which is a blue, red, and blonde with a super skin. There's multiple different dp15s in this line. This is the a2k in this line. So I'll go over the specs. It has gunmetal power stripe and thumb, gray web, tan accents, so binding, welting, lacing, and stitching, and black throughout the glove. This is the, I think it's called the Pro Stock Select lining. I don't know, I think it's the same leather as the outside. So it is a very, very comfortable liner. You start to use this glove, it forms to your hand immediately, so it feels like it's your hand. It feels like it's an extension of your hand, not a piece of leather on your hand. But one downfall to their lining, because it is so soft, it does wrinkle, so it could start to rip pretty soon with pretty minimal use. So you can see the wrinkling. Wilson has their Drylex. Basically, instead of fur, they put this Drylex padding or moisture wicking material inside. So when you sweat on the back of your hand, the sweat gets sucked up. So the palm, back of the hand won't get as sweaty. Whereas fur, it'll get sweaty, it'll get matted, smell bad, and it won't absorb the sweat from your hand. So your hand will feel slippery in the glove. With this, it doesn't. This is a Pro Stock Select leather. Pro Stock Select leather is their top 5% of leather that Wilson gets in their factory. So basically they sort it 3 times, and whatever makes the cut, it goes into the a2k line. Whatever doesn't gets put into the a2000 line. Wilson typically gets bashed on their lace, but the lace on my glove isn't that bad. It is pretty thin, but it isn't that bad. It's lasted me 2 seasons of play. And it's held up actually pretty well, other than the laces curling up like that. But other than that, the laces are pretty nice compared to their hard, thin, brittle lace. They have the double X'd eye web, where they put 2 laces to create the X, which makes it a shallower pocket. They add this piece, which is also on the JA27, the Jose Altuve model glove, which makes the fingers wider. As you can see, the fingers are pretty wide on this glove, and the palm flatter. The reason why it makes the palm flatter is because adding a piece of leather in between here, which makes the fingers wider. When the fingers are wider, typically the palm becomes flatter. And when the palm's flatter, it makes it easier for transfers of ground balls or a quick transfer when turning a double play. This glove is 11.5. So it'll be good for your middle infielder because of the small size. So it'll be good for second and shortstop. The eye web on this glove is starting to, I guess, fold on the back. I don't know why it's doing this. It could be because it's laced too tight. But when I go for a backhand and it hits the top of the web, sometimes it'll roll over back like that, or like that. So the structure of this eye web isn't that good. It could just because 2 seasons of hardcore use beat the glove pretty well. But back into the leather. The leather has lasted me 2 seasons. I just conditioned it so it doesn't look that dirty, but it has lost a bit of its color, so it's more of a light black. You can see a little bit of like gray, I guess you could call it. The gray is losing its color as well, but the gunmetal is still looking really good. The gunmetal actually feels really nice on your hand. It's like a very soft leather, so it feels really comfortable when you put your finger on it. But as you can see, as you start to sweat, the gunmetal becomes a blackish color instead of the normal gray you're used to, which is okay. The binding is very nice. It is very soft, and as you can see, it has a good finger indent. So if you want to play with your finger out, you can without discomfort. So that's the Wilson a2k dp15 game model review. Thanks for watching. See ya.